Next week, starting with Toronto FC, taking on the Houston Dynamo on ESPN2, then the first ever, and we're very excited for this, game between the New York Red Bulls and New York City. That'll be 7 p.m. Eastern on Fox Sports 1, sponsored by Audi. That should be a very fun scene at Red Bull Arena next week. Coming off the back of Toronto FC's first game at the renovated BMO Field, having played their first 7 away. Another big MLS Soccer Sunday on the way. Kyrie Shelton intercepted by Tyrone Mears.
That's part of why this was created, was that New York, parentheses, New Jersey rivalry.
We'll have much to talk about next week on what exactly it is, what it's supposed to be. How much would New York City love to go in with the win? Head up, trying to play for Dempsey. It's offside, just barely. Shea Facey was chasing right at the end there, but Dempsey was just off.
Chasing and praying.
Josh Saunders has had quite the interesting career. Worked his way up from USL. In fact, we played against the old Seattle Sounders with the A-League Portland Timbers. He won an MLS Cup as the goalkeeper for Robbie Keane and David Beckham and Landon Donovan, and now is here on this New York City team, having played in NASL last year. But he talked to us yesterday about how, and from his experience he's seen, you win in MLS with your meat and potato players. He said you can have the stars, but you can't rely on 2 to 3 guys to do it all. Here's Pablo Alvarez for New York City off a turnover, well run intercepted by Chad Marshall. Pineda clips that ahead. Watson Cerebro knocks it down. Oohs and ahs as Alvarez able to make that work, gets across the way. Was that last off Alonso? It was. New York City's second corner.
It's right that in MLS you do need meat and potatoes. I think the question when it comes to NYCFC is, do they have too many meat and potatoes?
Bellucci sends in the corner. Watson Cerebro up to get it. It's knocked down and cleared away. What Saunders said is you can have the stars, but during a long season you need the meat and potato players to pick up points, and it's something that even Jason Christ was telling us about yesterday, the distinction between good players and great players, and that right now with some of their great players unavailable, they need the good players to be great, to at the very least pull them out of this mini tailspin of the 6 games without a win. Trying to hold it up on Watson Cerebro. Good tackle from behind to take it away. Alvarez now as Mullins making the run, threads it in. Patrick Mullins, not much of an angle. And it's right to Fry. Dempsey. Watson Cerebro read that the whole way.
We were talking about Jason Price and how he wants his good players to be great. That's all fine and well, but the reality is success in MLS comes from also having your great players be great, and not having your good players have to be great on a consistent